Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Where will T. Higgins land in free agency? We know T. Higgins is set to hit free agency. It's a lot of news surrounding T. Higgins as well. We've seen it from Duke Tobin, which is, I think he's the personal director of the Bengals, and we've seen him, personnel director of the Bengals. We see him go around there and saying that he hoped that T. Higgins returns to the Bengals, but a lot of speculations that it's kind of not likely. And T. Higgins made a cryptic tweet today as well, kind of hinting towards free agency as well. And you know, if he hit the free agent market, a lot of teams will be gunning for T. Higgins. He's an amazing receiver. His 40 seasons, he had 900 plus receiving yards his rookie year. He had 1,000 yards his second year, 1,000 yards his third year, and his fourth season, he was in and out the lineup. But when he did play, he was very effective, made some big time plays. He's not the best route runner in the world. He's a solid route runner though, of course. But his physical play, getting the ball in the air, making plays down the field, also helps all of that too as well. And he turned those 50-50 balls to 60-40 or 70-30 sometimes as well, because he does a great job in boxing out the defender to get the ball in the air. T. Higgins is a solid route runner, like I mentioned. We see him make different plays down the field, and maybe that might be, we didn't see his full like assets, his full play style or full abilities, because he kind of been the second guy to Jamar Chase, of course. You know, Jamar Chase came in on the scene. I think T. Higgins is good. Jamar Chase might be slightly better because of his speed as well. And we know his craftiness and his route running ability too, and the connection he has with Joe Burrow. But T. Higgins is an amazing player too. I think him going to his own team, because his first year with the Bengals, basically he was the #1 receiver before Jamar Chase got there. Joe Burrow went down with a torn ACL that first year too as well. But T. Higgins, I feel like in a different team, his own team, in his own setting. Maybe that team might be the Patriots. They need a receiver. Maybe the team might be the Chiefs. The Chiefs could use a receiver as well to add to that roster. We know they're in the Super Bowl right now, of course. Rashee Rice had 900 plus receiving yards. But you look at the other guys like Kadarius Toney, McCole Hardman. Those guys had a combined 280 plus yards, which is not that good. And then you look at Watson, kind of all right. But you add T. Higgins to that roster with Rashee Rice, you bring your team to a new level. So maybe the Chiefs add him. Maybe the Colts add him with Pittman a little bit. You never know. I think a lot of teams are going to be like probably 15 to 20 plus teams looking to add T. Higgins. So he should have a high value in the marketplace and free agency. And I think the contract will probably be around, it'll probably start around that range of Christian Kirk type contract that he had a few years ago with the Jaguars. So it'll probably be around that 18 to 20 mil teams looking to get. And some teams might pay more. You know, sometimes you got to pay a little more to get a little pull over in free agency. The Bengals probably going to do everything they can to keep him around so you can have that 1-2 punch with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But they do still have Tyler Boyd. So if T. Higgins was to leave, of course, they can just roll with Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase, which is still a very good duo. But I feel like the Bengals want to find a way to at least franchise tag him, so you can either maybe try to work on a contract to keep him, or trade him off to different teams so you can get some compensation back, because I wouldn't want to let a guy like T. Higgins just walk in free agency, just walk without you even getting anything back. So we'll see what the Bengals do. I think T. Higgins is amazing player, so most likely I can see him ending up, trying to see what's the team I think he'll end up in. I think he'll probably end up the Saints. I'm gonna say the Saints. And the reason I say the Saints, because you look at the Saints roster, they're a team that's competing, of course. Of course, they missed the playoffs. They went 9-8, missed the playoffs. But I think T. Higgins going to that roster will bring them to a different level. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I don't know if they're still rolling with Derek Carr. Most likely they probably are, because they paid him all that money. But I think him going to the Saints will add a different dynamic to that roster. Replacing Michael Thomas, most likely, with T. Higgins, Chris Olave there, and Rashid Shaheed, with the running backs they have, Kamara, and of course Jamal Williams as well. And then Derek Carr, if he's still the quarterback. The defense, pretty solid there too as well with the Saints. I think that he'll be able to get them over the hump. Another team I believe too that will be great for him is the Packers. The Packers have receivers, of course, and Watson, of course, and Reed and Dobbs. But the receivers are very young. They're still developing too as well. T. Higgins is young too, but he kind of developed himself already, because he came in the league at a young age too as well. So I think T. Higgins added to the roster with Jordan Love to add to that big receiving core they have will be amazing too. Of course, teams that really kind of need him will be a team like the Panthers, probably, or the Patriots. The Panthers probably need him because the young quarterback, Bryce Young, you want to give him weapons. They have Adam Thielen, I think Adam Thielen's still on the roster, if I'm not mistaken, unless he signed a 1-year deal. I don't know if he signed a 1 or 2-year deal, but if Adam Thielen is still there, you have T. Higgins brought on the roster. We'll see what else they do in the draft. Maybe they add another guy too as well to kind of help Bryce Young. They got to fix that O-line too, so that's the main concern right there. The Patriots, adding them will be good because they're most likely going to go out there and get a quarterback unless they roll with Mac Jones again. But either way, T. Higgins can help any quarterback there. So we'll see what happens. I feel like the Patriots should have kept Jacoby Myers. They let Jacoby Myers walk in free agency. And the Raiders paid Jacoby Myers $55 million, which could have got with the Patriots. The Patriots paid Juju Smith-Schuster that same amount of money that he got with the Raiders. So they should have kept Myers with the Patriots because he knew the system already. He was playing well in the system, and he was getting himself better and better every season. So we'll see what T. Higgins land. I think the Saints and the Packers are probably my top two nominees. I don't know the cap spaces fully yet, but you know teams know how to manipulate cap spaces and manipulate things and like to be able to fix things. So we'll see what he lands. I'll be happy to have him on my Steelers, but we ain't got the cap space for. I know our cap space. I think we got $15 million in cap space. His contract we warranted probably $20 million plus, and we have that'd be cool though to have George Pickens, T. Higgins, and Deontay Johnson, but we got to worry about our quarterback position first. Our quarterback position, and then we'll see by adding necessities and extra luxuries. I mean, like more like it to the roster. But we'll see what happens. Let me know down below in the comment section below if you think T. Higgins is going to stay with the Bengals or you think he's going to go to a different team, and what team you think he will be on. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.